Greetings, my curious kinksters, and welcome to another episode of the Fart Lounge, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of fart fetishism and beyond. I'm your host, Ebony Booty 49, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me on this journey into the wild and wonderful world of flatulence. Today, we're diving deep into the world of fetishes, of course, and the power of sharing your most intimate desires with your partner. I know, so exciting, right? It's a very complicated subject, but the only thing that I can do is I can tell you my perspective and my experience with sharing details of my fetish with my partner. So yeah, let's buckle up and we're about to get real, raw, and also revealing. So honestly, opening up to my partner about my fetish has been a complete game changer in my relationship. Now, I know, of course, that we all have like those secret kinks tucked away, right? You know, those naughty little fantasies that make our heart race and our cheeks flush. For me, it's all about the big, the bold, the bubbly, of course, farts. And yes, you heard me right, farts. The gassier, the better, baby. But to be completely real with you, I know that sharing something so personal isn't always a walk in the park. It's like stripping down to your most vulnerable self and saying, here I am in all my gassy glory. So how did it change my relationship for the better? Well, I'm about to spill the beans. Or, should I say all the toots. I let my fart fetish flag fly. There it was, of course, just complete tension. I was constantly trying to like hide my phone. I was, very secretive on like when he could have my phone. Because of course in my brain, I'm like, not only is my search history full of my secret, but I also was already starting to get into working as a fart fetish content creator. And so, of course, I didn't want him thinking I was like a cheating, lying, no good son of a. So it was just so much tension that I truly had to break out of. And I know that a lot of it was just me holding back and being scared of being judged or, of course, rejected. But once I came to the realization, for me at least, that if someone is going to judge me based off of a little fact that they know about me and not based off of how I am with them, then they're not the person for me. And that's something that I really had to come to senses with myself about was, okay, I get it. Liking farts is weird. Okay, it's nasty. Like, I know that. It's not like I don't know that. It's not like I went out into the store and was like, I'm going to pick up this fart fetish. I'm going to put it in my pocket. Like, that's not how it worked, So for me, I know how I am, whether you know my fetish or whether you don't. And I know that my actions speak louder than the little fact that I have hidden in my back pocket. But once I opened up to my partner, it was like a breath of fresh air or a gust of stinky wind, if you will. But it turned out that being honest about what turns me on brought us closer than ever. We laughed about it, we experimented, and most importantly, we connected on a completely different level. A level that other couples might not even be able to connect on simply because they might not have a kink that tells a different side of their story, so they're never able to learn this opposite side or this hidden side of the person that they're with. You see, when you share your fetish, you're not just revealing a kink, you're entrusting your partner with a piece of your soul, And I know that sounds dramatic, but think about it, like this is a part of you that who knows if it's been a part of you for your whole life or maybe for the last couple years or the last couple months. But this is a side of you that people don't know. This is a side of you that creates your whole, So when they accept you, farts and all, that's truly when the magic happens because the judgment is gone. The fear is gone. The trust is strengthened. The bedroom became our playground, not just with my fetish, like with anything. with his interests, with my interests, it truly became our playground, especially because we knew that there was so much trust and literally no judgment. Literally every giggle and gasp is a symphony of our shared pleasure and experience together. So to all my listeners out there, I want you to know that your fetish doesn't define you. Of course, neither should you allow it to define you, but it can definitely enhance your relationships. I'm not saying go ahead and tell every partner that you ever have about this part of you, but at least with me, I knew from the jump that this was somebody that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And if that were the case, he needed to know everything about me. It's all about communication, respect, and a whole lot of understanding. Like make sure there's room for speaking and being heard and then being understood. Because if anytime someone speaks, there's judgment, that's not a space for relationships to thrive in general, especially one with complications like a fart fetish. But who knows? Your partner might just surprise you with their own secret stash of kinks. I know mine did. He definitely didn't have a fart fetish, but he had other kinks and other fetishes that really shocked me. And I think me opening up the door and being like, hey, like I have this fetish, I want you to know, like it's not any pressure or anything. We don't even have to do anything, but I need you to know this about me. It opened up a space for him to be like, oh wow, like, there's things I like too. And even though we hadn't experimented with none of these things until years into our relationship, we still were setting ourselves up for success. In the end, opening up about my fetish has not only strengthened my relationship, but also has set me free, especially in my own home. It's given me the confidence to be my authentic self, both in and outside of the bedroom. And if my story can inspire just one of you to embrace your true desires, then in my opinion, I have definitely done my job. And remember, life's too short for silent but deadlies. Let your freak flag fly and watch as your relationships flourish in the most unexpected ways. But until next time, keep it naughty, keep it nice. And remember, it's better out than in.